Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you some fun lettering techniques with my Kelly Crates watercolor pencils. They come in 12 beautiful colors and they are called the Paradise pencils. I named them according to, like, with tropical names. Purple is mermaid, pink pearl, starfish is this beautiful coral color, marina is a dark blue, golden sand is a sandy brown, island is a light green, almost like a lime green. Dolphin is a blue. I actually have a demo of these on another video, so I'll link that up for you. Coconut brown, seafoam green, so kind of a teal color. Sunshine yellow, and this is coral. Oh, this is the coral. Starfish is a kind of a paler peachy color. Coral is more of a red, and turtle is a classic green. All right, so I have my watercolor paper. This is the Canson 140-pound XL size. It's cold pressed. It's quite smooth, so I like to use it for practicing. I have a pencil and a ruler, and first thing I'm going to do, most of you know why I do this, but I'm going to add my lines, and I'm trying to think of, I'll just use the ruler as my guideline. Always practice lettering with lines. That was what my last video was all about. You really do need guidelines to, learn how to letter. So faux calligraphy is up first. The first thing we'll do is I'll do a faux calligraphy using a black fine liner as an outline. So let's say I am just do the letter A. So A would be an oval and an underturn, and you would add your thick down strokes. And I also have a video about faux calligraphy if you don't know how to do it. So with that, I am going to use my Kelly Crates waterproof black fine liner. These come in a set of 6 and are wonderful for faux calligraphy, especially with watercolor. So I will just follow along. Okay, this pen is a little bit old. I've been using a lot, and it's kind of at its end of its days. Do that thick downstroke, and then we have the underturn with another downstroke. So if you're doing this method with your faux calligraphy, you do want to use the waterproof pen, and then you will erase. So make sure my ink is dry. Just wait a moment. This ink dries super fast. So I'll just erase my lines. And then I will color in whatever color I want. Let's just use a turtle green. Let's use 2 colors. I have it, actually you can see that I'm not pressing too hard. That's key with watercolor pencils, because if you scratch the surface of your paper, the pigments will get embedded and they won't, really turn to watercolor. The other thing I recommend is, if you look at the tip of my pencil, it's dull. It's dull because I get more coverage. And also a sharp point will scratch the surface, like I said just a second ago. And you don't want to do that. Okay, so I have my jar of water here, and I'm going to use a fine tip brush. I'll use a Kelly Creates size 2 lettering brush. So anything like a brush that size 1, 2, 3, or 4 even would work. Clean water, and now I am just adding my water with my clean brush, and I'm transforming that pencil into watercolor. All right, now another method of this kind of faux calligraphy is without the black fine liner. You can actually use the pencil only to draw the letter, or you could use this pencil and then use your colored pencil, but I really recommend just using the pencil. So let's try that again. Let's just do the same letter, whatever. Okay, I'm drawing the oval and the underturn, and I'm adding my thick down strokes. Now, I don't have to color in much. I mean, coloring and coverage is totally up to you, right? If you want it super dark, then you layer on more pencil. Or if you want it light, you keep it light. So there you have your watercolor pencil. I'm going to actually go over this line here, this thin line here. Okay. Now I'm going to take my clean brush again and go over all of the lines, not just the thick parts, because I want it all to turn to watercolor, even the thin lines. And this way it looks like I have a watercolor, get more water on my brush, a watercolor letter that I've painted, but I haven't. I've cheated and used my watercolor pencils. So isn't that beautiful? So a lot of people don't even realize that you can do this technique. So if you're writing a word, for example, let's use, this time we'll use two colors and get kind of a gradient effect. So let's write the word high. I'll just write it kind of like this. And I actually do my thick strokes each section, as I'm drawing each part of the faux calligraphy. Okay, like this, and then I can do a circle like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use actually going to switch to my lime green. I was going to switch colors and I kind of forgot. So I'm going to color in with my lime green. Again, lightly, I'm not pushing too hard at the top of the letters, or sorry, the top of these thick stroke parts. And we'll see what happens with this darker outline. It could be too dark, but oh well, we'll figure it out. Figure it out together. Sometimes the best accidents, the best things happen, or sometimes there's happy accidents. So that's what I was going to say. And now let's take the dolphin pencil. Oops, that's upside down. And we're going to go over and overlap in the middle and touch that lime green like this. And even in that dot. All right. And then I have my clean brush. I'm going to add the water. And oh, that green outline looks really cool. But you definitely don't need to use a green outline. And then we'll go along the bottom. And look at that cool gradient. Isn't that beautiful? Oh my gosh, that's lovely. Okay, I'm going to come back later and do the those thin lines. So I might make them add some blue to those lines. We'll see. Okay, I'm just staying within the lines, transforming the watercolor pencils into. You want to make sure you get right to the edge so you get all, oopsies, there. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. Sorry, I have done this before, but actually only with the fine liners, with the outline. Usually, I usually outline the faux for that pop, but I love this idea. Okay, and then let's carry this up now, up here. Follow along, carry this up. And now let's get that line wet so it looks like watercolor coming off the top. Very lightly with the tip of your brush. Oh, that looks really pretty. In real life, I hope it captures it on camera, because honestly, it is beautiful here. The green adds this really nice, the darker green, the turtle pencil, really adds that nice definition to the edge, I find. But I would definitely try this again with just with just, what was I going to say, with the lighter green only. Okay, let's get this dot. And then blue and green, and we are done. Now, everything is still wet or damp, so if you do want to adjust anything on your letters, on your watercolor pencil letters, you have to wait for it to dry, and then let's say, oh, you think you need to have something a little bit darker here. When it's dry, you could add more with your watercolor pencils, but not too much. I mean, it also depends on your paper. You don't want to tear your paper or you know, ruin your gradient at all. But let's say I wanted to touch up this little line here of my ascender loop. I would wait until it's dry and then come in and touch up, and then add water again to touch it up completely. So there you go. There's a really pretty way to do lettering with my Kelly Crates Paradise pencils. Now I'll put a link below in the video so you get to see what they're all about, and check them out in my online store. Thanks for watching.